So I have the respiratory system. Right here we have a human lung, but before human lungs, before the lungs in general, there were gills, which we still see fish and other aquatic animals breathe through gills. And then we also have just breathing through diffusion of the skin. But as we have evolutionary changes, we've developed the lungs. And here is, like I said, the human lung. Okay, and so right here, I have labeled in the color portions the lobes of the human lung. On the left lung, we only see 2 lobes, and then the right, we see 3. The reason for there only being 2 lobes on the left lung is because of the position of the heart. Although the heart's medial, it is rotated more towards the left, so that means the left lungs are a little smaller, and there's only 2. And so here those are. And then right here we have the trachea. Okay, and then I'm going to show right here. Okay, so this is the lung, not color coded, but we have first through the respiratory system. Once we've taken oxygen through our nose or our mouth, oxygen's going to travel down the trachea, and it's going to go to these bronchi, which will then travel through these little branches that are called brachy. And at the end of these brachy, we have these tiny membrane sacs known as alveoli, which we drew here because they're so tiny we couldn't really see them on the picture. And this is where the exchange of oxygen and through the blood and carbon dioxide occurs. This is where oxygen enters our body so we can oxygenate our body, and this is where we get carbon dioxide out. And so I think that's all I really have. I think that's all I got.
That's awesome. You did a great job describing it, and
Thank you.
I love those animations or the pictures. Those are fantastic. Of course, the respiratory system is, I'm not supposed to have favorite systems, but it is one of my favorite systems, and you did an awesome job covering it. I was just pulling up one question, and it's like, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but I think it's interesting. A lot of people don't realize that the lung lobes aren't necessarily symmetrical, and that the heart leans a little bit towards the left. And so I wasn't sure if you guys had a chance to kind of think about it or look at dog lungs. They're a little bit similar, of course, very similar to human lungs, but if you want to listen to a dog's lung sound, which we do typically, this is a routine physical exam, or if they come in with pneumonia or something, could you start to think about in a dog or an animal that's standing on 4 legs, where you would probably put your stethoscope to listen to those lung sounds?
Would you do it more like on the dorsal end of it, on the back, in between like the ribs?
Yeah, yep. I'm so impressed about how you and your colleague are very good about directional terms of anatomy. That's something that even our students struggle with sometimes.
Yeah, I'm in an anatomy class right now, so I've really got those ingrained in me.
You're very good at it. I'm impressed. But yeah, you're right. We tend to listen to kind of the dorsal aspect of their thorax. You can also listen to the lung sounds even more ventral as well. But you'll probably hear some of the best lung sounds to the dorsal aspect in a lot of our 4-legged creatures. So, very good job.
Thank you.